Hey y'all, Ramdino here, coming at you again for another Appalachian Trail community news, through hiker update, and trail information. Well, it was a little dreary outside here in North Kakalaki in the foothills, so I decided to bring it inside to the Ramdino studio here. And so here we are. Through hiker season for 2023 is just getting started. We've got a few 2022 folks out there, so we certainly don't want to leave them out. And there may be others out there that we're not tracking or haven't reported in. If you want to do that and be part of the update, you're more than welcome to do that. And all those links down below through email or DM are best ways to contact me. But let's go ahead and see what's going on out there with the 2022 folks. So we got Turtleback. He has reached the 3/4 way mark on his Sobo trip. So congratulations to you, Turtleback. He should be coming into Grayson Highlands any day now, and he should be coming in there and having some pictures of ponies and everything else. So a little elevation there. Do have some precipitation coming through here the beginning of the week, so it may be maybe a little bit of snow we'll see on the backs of those ponies up there. But in any case, looking forward to seeing his report from up there. And then Jen on the trail, she also has a trail named White Sox, and she is south of Dragon's Tooth on her way to the Pearisburg area, somewhere south of 636 miles to go. And she says she is looking forward to leaving Virginia. So sounds like she's got the Virginia blues up there. A lot of folks get there, and that's the longest state on the trail where people stay there the longest. So on the Appalachian Trail, people kind of like moving from one state to the next. You got 14, and so it's kind of a really cool thing. Kind of gives you an uplifting when you cross that other state line, and you can scratch one state off of your list. So you don't get that as much coming through Virginia because it's such a long state, so it takes a while to get through there. But in any case, she'll be through there real soon. So we've already got some 2023 folks started out there. Bartman, he is north of Sassafras, so he is going to be coming into their Dix Creek Gap any day now, which is Dix Creek Gap, of course, is the last gap right before the North Carolina border. Jeff and Maya, they have made it on the trail just within the past few days. Stayed at Namaquola Falls State Park like a lot of folks do, stayed there at the lodge, and they are on trail now. The first hiker of the year, he has already made it to North Carolina and made it there to Hostel Around the Bend, which is the hostel right before at Dix Creek Gap, right before you get there to the North Carolina state line. So that's awesome. We've already had a hiker make it to North Carolina. And then Hopper, he has got started on the Pinhoti. So he is doing the Bammer to Baxter route. So he right now is on the Pinhoti, and he'll be coming, continuing on that until, of course, he hits the Benton McKay Trail, which will then link up to the Appalachian Trail there at Springer. So those are the folks from 2022 and 2023 that are reporting in. If you're a hiker from 2023 and you're going to be leaving in any time out there or just whenever, and you want to be part of these updates, please report in to me. Fridays works really good for me, anytime Friday, or really early on Saturday, as that's when I mainly put all this together and get my script together. So go ahead and send those updates to me, and you can do those through email or through a DM, which is those links again are down below. And new hikers out there, as you get checked in down at Namaquola Falls State Park, if you could send me a quick picture of the logbook down there, I look at that only for research, to check out, see what pack weights are, and to share those with people. People like to kind of compare that with each other for some reason. So if you could send those to me, you'll have to make it quick because the folks down there don't want you doing it. And that's just for privacy reasons. Totally understandable, but I'll make sure that privacy is not a factor when I post those to this channel. So registrations are up this week. Last week we were at Nobo 1,729, and this week we're at 1,878. So we're up about 149 registrations, a little less than 10%. Looks like it's maybe around 8 or 9% up from last week. Flip-floppers, last week we're at 97. Now we're at 101 for a gain of 4. And Sobo, we were at 59. Now we're up to 61 for a gain of 2. So it's a little early, even for flip-floppers, but particularly for Sobo to have those full registrations in. So last week we had a total of 1,885 folks that have registered through the ATC website, and this week we have a total of 2,040, bringing us up about 155 from last week. Keep in mind that anywhere from 10 to 25% of the people do not register their hike with the ATC. So, and one of the things I'm not sure of, and if you're working for the ATC or you're somebody who works down at Amicalola Falls, and there are some contacts down there who report in occasionally to me, if you know if those registrations, folks that register first down there at Amicalola Falls State Park, does that, and they haven't registered the ATC, does that go to the ATC, and does that up those registrations? I know that they kind of ask you to do it down there, but if you don't do it yourself down there, does somebody on staff do it? So that's something that I've wondered about and not sure. So if you have any idea out there, please let me know. Again, registrations are trending down from previous years, and so the last 3 weeks we've shown that. In January 1st of 2020, we had 1,403. Of course, that was a COVID year. And then in 2021, on the 8th, we had 2,357. And then January of 2022, January 1st, we had 2,500. And now this year, January 8th of 2023, we have 2,040. So those with 2023 are starting to trend down. Of course, it'll take several years to see if that trend continues and when it levels out, but thought those stats were pretty interesting. Just before COVID happened, it was going remarkably up, and then it started going actually leveling off and going back down and leveling off. So we'll see if that continues. Again, if you're a thru hiker and you want to be included in these updates, then please send me those updates. Want to include everybody that wants to be included. We have a few folks that are signed up on my support list. So the support list is just a means for you to get your social media out there to the hiker community so they can go and find you and cheer you on throughout your trip, throughout your hike. And that support list, the link to get on it is down below, as is the link to that support list down there where you can go and track folks. So if you're a thru hiker and you hadn't signed up for my support list, please go and do that. And that way people can go and find your social media account. There are some folks out there who have signed up who do not have a social media link. And so it's important that you do that if you want people to comment via your social media. So please go and do that. I think we mentioned before that the first hiker has reached North Carolina, so that's awesome. We have had 19 hikers as of this morning that have stepped off from Amicalola Falls State Park. So that's 10 over the past week, and that's going to start accelerating here. If you look at the stats, we should have actually had, with the registrations from the ATC, we should have had 31 step off by now. So we're behind that. Now, what that may mean is that not all of those 31 went down to Amicalola Falls State Park, checked in the logbook down there. It used to be that they wanted you to come down there and check in, and as an incentive, they would have you go through several classes down there, which are great classes to have. They teach you hiker safety, some wilderness first aid, how to throw a bear bag, just things like that, leave no trace. And then they reward you with the bag tag. And so that was, if you took those classes, you got the bag tag. Well, right now they're not giving out bag tags. To my knowledge, they said it would be sometime in mid-January before they would have those. So that's the latest information on that. So maybe that's why folks are not going down. But right now we've had 31 people registered, and obviously we're behind that if we've only had around 19 that have actually gotten on trail. So, and then also some of those folks may have just not decided to do their hike for whatever reason, or they could have put their hike off. So if you're going to put your hike off or you're not going to do your hike, you can go and change your date, or you can go and cancel your hike. And I would ask that you do that, because that is statistical data that particularly the Georgia Club uses down there to find out and to get resources and some funds from the ATC and from the Forest Service and down there about trail maintenance and things of that nature, and how many folks they need to help with trail maintenance, but also with registration, because the Georgia Club does help with registrations coming up here real soon. And so that record is important. So if you cancel your hike or change your hike, please go to the ATC and make those changes. And you can do that through the links that they were provided for you when you made your original registration, or you can just go there and there's a link to where you can find that, to where you can cancel those registrations. According to the staff members I talked with this morning, looks like it's progressing a little slower with the new visitor center down there. My understanding is they don't even have the roof on yet, and it's supposed to be done in May. So this being January, it's going to be iffy whether or not they can get it in completely in the dry, get all the drywall hung, get all the finishes and everything done. Even if they are framing on the interior right now, don't know that that's going to happen, and that's coming from vocational experience that I have. So be interesting to see. However, that is not going to prevent ADCO, the Appalachian Trail kickoff, from happening. So it is happening the first weekend in March. So we are awfully excited about that. I'm right now planning on going to that, and I know a lot of other folks are out there. Registration will open tomorrow for Tent City. So if you want to stay in Tent City, you need to register for that. And I think it's $5 a day, something like that. It's not real expensive. But if you want a tent spot, you need to go ahead and get registered. In the past, I don't really think those have filled up that much, but it doesn't hurt to go ahead and get yourself registered for that. And then that way you will make sure that you've got a spot down there. They also, of course, have restroom facilities down there and shower facilities for folks that are staying at Tent City, or you can stay at the lodge or one of the cabins or something like that. But Tent City will be at the same spot. Parking for Tent City will be there at the same spot. The check-in is not the same spot because the visitor center is not there. It's being rebuilt in the same spot where it was. So, but they do have modular trailers up down there. And so they indicated this morning, if you'll go to the second modular on the right, then that is where the check-in is for the ADCO whenever you get there. Okay, folks, that is all the news I've got this week. Be sure to subscribe down below. If you got anything out of this channel, give me a thumbs up. And if you have any comments, leave your comments. Love to hear all your comments. Love to answer your questions. If those questions are questions that are something the masses should know, then I will feature that question on a video, or the next video coming up with the answer, and that'll help other people out as well. So there's no dumb questions, only stupid questions. All right, folks, that's all I got this week. As always, appreciate you, and we'll see you out there.